Hello, welcome to the stream. We today are going into Warhammer. So some more Warhammer stream today. Let me tell you, I did not expect that track to come in as fast as it did. But yes, so today we are doing Warhammer. We're gonna have to switch over here quick. You may notice I sound a little different today. I'll explain that in a moment. But for now, let's switch over. All right. Should be all set here. Now, today, I'm gonna lower my chair actually. Oh, shoot, I forgot. You may hear a lot of background stuff now. I've tried to reduce it as much as possible, but I was like, okay, let's get through it. So we got Shadowhunt, and therefore that means we've got Sisters. I need to check. I'm very low to my camera. My tracking camera does not see me. Okay, now it sees me. I'm trying to look, sorry. We're gonna want to do a little calibrating here. Sorry, you'll have to see me for a moment. Uh-oh. I'm breaking! That's my mouse. Say hello to my mouse. Oh no! It's broken! Why are we broken? Alright, hold on one second. Just remove me for a moment. Okay. Alright, there I am. Excellent. Okay. We should be okay now here. My arms are doing a weird thing, which is odd. Okay, it's just some of the reset. That's fine. All right. But see, the whole thing is in this setup that I currently have. The benefit is that I'll be able to essentially just kind of turn my head, do what I need to do, and still be able to chat. I won't really have the hand tracking won't really be up. It was just too much to get working in this setup, so sorry. But I'm working out some kinks here. So we've got there is our Celestian Insidious and the Murder Wing in the box. So we got both. But all I need for now is that. As we need to get into building our Insidious. I'm definitely taking the Insidious. Nothing could get me. There is just nothing that could convince me to build or to only play the Murder Wing. As much as I love Murder Wing and I intend to play it, right? My sister, my gal, they're my gals. Also let me know about any volume things, obviously. But yeah, they're my gals. We've gotta rock the sisters. Like, it's just who I am. gonna move this over. Let's get this stuff down. Okay, so we are gonna build. The way we are gonna rock with this is we're basically gonna build every. We are gonna build every specialist. I believe that the way the box works is that you can build every specialist along with a shoot, I think I left my file out there. I did. But this will be the nice part, is while I will go away, you'll still be able to hear me. So, I can't hear you, but you can hear me. So, the thing that I'm looking to do here is that I want to have the Insidiants, because they're my girls, but then, yeah, so they come with, you can have, I think it's a 10 squad. So you get 10 operatives, but yeah, you can have the 9 specialists, which honestly is probably the best route. Though what's good for me is if for some reason there was ever a need for me to need more, if I ever needed more than the allotted warriors, just standard sisters warriors here, then I have the benefit of having sorry, I'm trying to look. Why are my eyes being all weird? Anyway, I need to sit up a little bit more. Okay. Well, I'll keep an eye on it. But yeah, so let's just kind of get right into building here. I have, there is a microphone here as well. You can lightly hear me tapping on it there. That's kind of my secondary microphone, just to kind of help give a little bit of boost and such as some room tone. So. We're gonna kind of blast through this as best as we can here. I wanna turn you in. Nope, that much, I guess. Let's do this maybe. This maybe is a better route. There we go. That looks good. Okay, that's probably gonna be better. Yeah, having a big sisters army, or having a full sisters army, is also helpful for this, because yeah, when and if I need to, you know, have create some extra warriors or whatever, I can just do so. Use the stuff that I have, you know. Oh, this one gets that foot base. Interesting. Okay. Alright. Gotta look for moving our little knit marks here. Since I still cannot find my glass file that has somehow disappeared on me, I'm going to just have to be very careful with my metal file. some cases, we're going to have to get a little sharp. This blade may need to get replaced soon, though. It still feels pretty sharp. But, I don't know. My confidence is not extreme with where this could go. There we go. It's gluing time. Oh, I did have this backwards. Shoot. Alright, yeah, we're going to try to go through these pretty quick. The one issue that may come from this is that I very well may miss some, like, less pleasurable blemishes. I might some nipping marks and all that, but, you know, we're gonna do our best. I really wanted to actually do this last night, again, so that I could paint today, but I was so freaking tired. I didn't get to take my, like, quick nap after work. So, unfortunately, that meant I, was just incredibly tired. But that's what happens when you are up for, what I think at that point, nearly 20 hours technically. Let's see, I woke up at 3. So going to bed at 10 would be 2, 1, midnight, 11, 10, 5. So 19 hours I was awake. You know, that's a lot. But that's why that nap can be so helpful, because I can't go to bed at, I'm not going to go to bed at 7 when I don't have to, right? Yeah, I think I'm gonna need to get a new finer file, because I really don't know what happened to my glass one. It has just disappeared. So, I don't know. Oh! Never mind. I found it. Aha. Huzzah. Excellent. This won't help me with this shield, but it'll help me with everything else in this build. So I'll take it. Honestly, though, for how they're already caring for some of the seams, these are so far currently one of the best built. These are definitely one of the better builds for sisters that we've had in a while. Just need you to be a little bit there. They're still doing a shoulder pad seam. Like, they're still doing this shoulder pad seam here. If it'll focus here. There's a shoulder pad seam there, and I hate that. That is so unnecessary. But, you know. Whatever. A 6, 7. Oh, I need to do 5. But I'll grab the next two as well. 7. They were. And then where's 6? Once again, I'm having a tracking system. Really, I think I'm squinting my eyes frequently here. Alright, I definitely want to dry fit this because I really need to make sure that I'm not getting this messed up. Alright. Oh. Although I know that one's not going to matter. That seam isn't going to matter as much. I just wanted to put the glue there kind of anyway. I'll quickly put A8 on here. Where are you? Sorry, this is being really awkward to cut. Thank you, camera. Thank you. There you go. There's the focus I needed. I think I need to reapply. Once again, I don't know why they keep doing this with sisters, but we've got this mega shoulder seam here. And it's always very hard to like completely remove. I guess I'm gonna get this to dry first. These together, let them dry. And then I'll file them down. But yeah, these always end up looking very ugly. There we go. Yeah, especially like shoulder seams are tough because like you just touch them in the wrong spot. Apparently if I also move the wrong way, it just will lose focus, so that's cool. Yeah, that is not pretty right now, but hopefully maybe we can fix it later. It's, you know, because it's like, why put the screw connector here? Why not make it like the bottom of the, like down here, where it's easy to file and cut, you know? It's so much easier to file and cut right here versus if it's up here at the top. Where it's hyper visible and by the shoulder, you know. We have a choice to make, though. Do we want... Oh, shush. Model. T-posing. Let me see here. Let's get to the data sheets. Insidious Superior. Let's see. So she can have a relic, an Inferno pistol. Let's see. Her 3 weapon options are an Inferno pistol, and we could always definitely magnetize this. We got Inferno pistol. Meltas are always a funky thing for me in kill team, but we can see. Relic bolt pistol, range 8, lethal 5. Or the stake thrower, which give 2, no range though. But I mean, everything else is pretty solid. Silent, piercing crits 1. Silence is actually way stronger than you think sometimes. So, I mean, you know, honestly, like, not a bad thought. Inferno pistol, though, will always be pretty solid. A Melta is never, not necessarily ever bad in the game. So let's at least build the 2. You know, I like partly cleaned my desk not a while ago. Here we go. Okay. I'll come back to that momentarily. Let me cut up the bolt pistol stuff and the Melta here, and let's see what it will look like. What are we working with for magnets? Woo. And my hands look bad right now. Should have put on some lotion before I started. All right, now we wait for that. We can kind of use the Infernal Pistol here and check. Where are we at? So this would have to be... This is a weird magnet. This is a weird spot to magnet. It's technically doable because you can essentially turn this bottom elbow into the magnet. But no. I've kind of been turning on the magnets a bit with a lot of characters and stuff. And just rolling with the, and instead just kind of thinking and deciding just to maybe roll with the, it is what I say it is. Because generally people are very cool about that type of stuff. But I don't know. It's kind of the tough part here. I don't know, maybe we could sneak this in here. I'll attempt to get the first magnet in, and if that ends up being kind of a colossal failure, then I will abandon the premise. Also, magnetizing just slows everything down so much, you know? There we go. One second. Try to do a quick dry fit here. Oh man. Yeah, I knew this was going to be really annoying to put in there. kind of forced it in there. Funny enough. Alright, there we go. That should kind of, even though it's not super glue, it should kind of melt the plastic around it more. You know, autofocus, you want to like work with me a little bit here? Let me check where the autofocus is at. Nope, go back. Thank you. Oh, and then I plug my camera in. Okay, now we have a different question to ask ourselves, which is, where the hell did this magnet end up? What pole did this magnet end up being on? It feels like looks like the opposite. I did at least end up putting it in the right way. It was just now. Now we need to... I'm willing to have the melta be my sacrificial lamb for this. So it's gotta be within this crease here. That's where the magnet has to live. Gotta get the extra plastic out of there. Getting this in there shouldn't actually be too difficult. Part of it is just going to be there not getting too much glue in there. Ah, My favorite thing of every freaking super glue can. Okay. Okay, luckily this wasn't a bad one though. Where'd you go? There you are. Just need the teeniest bit. Need to let this sit in. Okay. Now we need to test this kind of quick here. Yes, but our placement is bad. Our magnet orientation is correct, but our placement's not good. So that'll work for this though. Okay. All right. What I'll actually do here quick. So I'm going to create a pilot hole so that I can, we'll create a pilot hole so that it'll be easier for me to get the main magnet hole dug into the right spot. Because we really want the magnet to we want the magnet to be sitting up here more because it's really balancing on that part. So I care the most the magnets all in here. Okay. It is very easy to forget how important a pilot hole is when you're doing any form of drilling, whether it be with wood or plastic or whatever. I should have did this first before I applied the crossbow to the bolter, but here we are. Okay, I'm gonna try to do this on the table here just because then the crossbow stays flat. All right. Okay. Damn it. Fucked up. Put it in the wrong way. Okay, good. Excellent. All right, sweet. That actually is going to end up looking pretty. This actually ends up looking pretty clean. This one isn't perfect by any means. Like this one, it's a little. This one's a little tough, but it's all right, honestly. So could be worse, to be honest. But this one is actually very clean. Yeah, this one's actually very clean. So, sweet. All right. We're in pretty good shape. I'll leave that there for now. However, I will note, I am not I'm not a faced scissors, I'm not a faces fan. I don't really like having faces on my models. I'm just not. So we're gonna very much go with a lot of, there's gonna be a lot of fully helmeted units here. We'll see how far we can get away with that, but my intent at least. Then I need a backpack. As far as I know, there really shouldn't be anything else that's going to need. I was trying to shift the bases around here, so I'm. Although I think, they all use the same size base. I'm actually kind of surprised. I thought Space Marines used a slightly bigger base. Yeah. That surprises me, actually. I guess just the Lord uses one, because actually looking at this Marine here, it's the same. So yeah. Oh. Get a little wiggle with it. That's just the nature, though, of having anything with magnets on it. I mean, you know, an inherently good example is my Lord Exultant, right? Like, this guy is so easy to get all of his stuff wrong on, right? Like, look at him. He sits here, right? Once it decides to focus. This camera it's doing really bad at focusing today. Like, this is an abnormal level of bad focus, autofocus. But yeah, but like, it moves around. You spin me right round, baby. So yeah, it's a part of the magnetizing. It is what it is. But now I get the benefit of having, satiating the WYSIWYG argument, and also you're not looking bad. So I'll take that. Now, hopefully, this will be the only magnetizing we'll have to do today. And for the whole kit, for that matter. Let me see as we go through. So we're gonna, next is the denuncia, then there'll be the sensor. Aquarius. Abjure. Mortis Sanctus. And then just then 2 warriors. And yeah, okay. So whenever we get the chance to build a special operative, we are going to build it. That's gonna how this kit works, I guess. Good to know. I mean, you always are making a choice whether or not you're going to do that, but honestly, there is only ever one reason to ever need to do it. So really, most of the time, you are oh, okay. The instructions were confusing me for a second, sorry. Alright, 12. How are we connecting here? Oh, I hate this. Wow, I hate this. So we've got to get this, but it's like in the nookest of crannies. So I think we might have to do an initial snip, and then probably just do some cutting afterward, because it's just real hard to get in there. Yeah. think we're pretty alright. Hopefully these legs will go a little bit cleaner here. Oh, there we go. Like, where's the other leg? A big chunk here. Okay. Let's refigure this out again, not make the same mistake as last time. Okay, at least I see where the lineup is here. Okay. A17. At least this time, getting the shield off should actually be a little bit easier. Dug a little deep there. All right. This song had a very Halo theme intro to it. I just gotta do some pinching for a minute. So, sit here. What's up? How you doing? Just hanging out. Okie dokie. Now we need to push for 16. Oh, this is our essentially like sister's noise marine equivalent. Any like 40k character or like like the art of like 40k things with like speakers on them always are funny to me. It's just like, what is your job? To be a speaker. Why? Because for the emperor. They need to hear the hymns, They must hear the praise for the God Emperor. All right. Where are you at? Yeah. There we go. Nope. Oh, I'll go there for now. It just like it was on auto white balance, so it was shifting the colors, and I was noticing that. I'm like, I don't like that. That's such weird cut points sometimes. cleaner now. Oh my, connect it. Stop getting stuck to my fingers. Okay. Alright, I don't know why. I don't know why this arm needed to be 2 parts. It's a little odd. I'll show you in a second. But it definitely feels strange. Like a strange decision. Like why do I need to make these 2 things? Why must I do this? Right? Why must I do this? It feels so unnecessary. Sorry, I gotta fix something. So annoying. Oh, so bad. There we go. Anyway. Oh, okay. This is not a song I recall being in Dawn of War 2. But according to the album, it is. Alright. Finally kind of somewhere, at least with this song. Oh my goodness. Let's kind of just sit for a moment. Not like that though. Okay, good. I gotta just let it sit. Ugh. Just so like. Whew. Oh yeah, today is a holiday, I think. Yeah, today's President's Day, isn't it? Holiday pay today, let's go. It's downside of news. You really never get, you don't get holidays. Though in most lines of work that I would want to do, you wouldn't either. All right, zoning out. Let's finish this up. That way we can, and then, I don't know, might call it from there. That's why building streams are very difficult for me to do because I'm always trying to do so much, and it's just like so inconvenient to try to get every little, like especially doing the nipping that I'm doing right now on camera is so incredibly annoying. Checking the heads right now. Because again, I'm in that, like, can I try to get everything with a helmet on it? So let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So yes. We can get everything with a helmet on. Okay. Though, maybe this is the one I won't. It feels sensible for this model to not have it, right? The whole thing is she's got this freaking like speaker system power pack, right? Like this thing. When it decides to focus. You're pissing me off. This rock, Robert, it's pissing me off. So it's got this like loudspeaker thing on the back of it, right? So I'm like, oh, I feel like if the whole thing is that she's gonna be like broadcasting the words of the God Emperor, then it should be coming from her mouth, not through a Vox unit in her helmet, you know? All right. Now, at least today we've gotten these two done. I'm going to do more off stream here, but I'm going to do some things around the house quick. But at least we got through these two today. And they'll be good, though, for painting streams this week. So that'll be the benefit. That's where they're going to come in hand. That's where they're going to come back. So tomorrow for a stream, probably won't do... here, let me switch over. Yeah, I'm gonna go wild here for a second. All right. Yeah. There we go. All right, so hey, there we go. Okay, so tomorrow we'll do a little bit more, or we'll go back to games. I just want to forego the painting tomorrow, just because it's probably the only time I'm not going to do any type of painting or building in the next couple of days, in the next week. So definitely want to give myself the video gaming break tomorrow. So that's what we'll work there, and then I'll have a normal mic setup tomorrow as well. So I'm going to listen to this later and see how this worked. This is more of an experiment for another time down the road. I don't actually intend to really do this again in the near future. This is especially more if I end up being able to do more the 3D stuff later. Otherwise, I just want to focus on some games. So, yeah. Until then, I will see you next time. Bye.